Hello and welcome to pmslounge.com. In this video, we are going over project manager salaries, PMP certified professionals. What are their salaries in the country known as Netherlands? Now, every time we do a video like these, we essentially refer to a report from PMI. It is called the Salary Survey Report, and I'd highly urge you to get yourselves the PMI membership so that you have access to reports like these. You can do a Google search about it, and all copyrights acknowledged, no copyrights infringement intended. We'll just cover the numbers from Netherlands. If you want us to cover any other country, let us know in the comments. We've also made videos on some of the other countries as well. Check out the first link in the description below and you'll be able to go over the entire playlist. Now, videos like these are important because you get an idea of not just an average salary number that you can expect if you are in Netherlands or if you are planning to move to Netherlands, but you also get answers to questions like what kind of education should you have to be able to make the most salary in Netherlands, right? What kind of industry, and within those industry, what kind of departments pay the most salary in Netherlands? If you're joining an organization, should you join a smaller organization, a startup, or large big organizations with 10,000 or more employees? Because in certain countries startups pay well, in certain other countries larger organizations pay well. So you need to know what kind of organization you should be joining to be able to make the most. In fact, you will also get to know how many hours do project managers work in each of these countries that we have covered so far, and that will also give you an idea about the work culture in such countries. Now, if you don't already know, and I was reading up about Netherlands, and one of the interesting things that I got to know was that Netherlands is one of those rare countries where the capital city is actually more popular than the country itself. So Amsterdam is the capital of Netherlands, if you don't already know. And this is where Netherlands is located, right besides Germany. And then these are your Nordic countries: Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland. These are known as Nordic countries. So Netherlands, of course, located in Europe. And as I said, one of the rare countries where the capital city is more popular than the country itself. Let me know if you knew Amsterdam is the capital of Netherlands. Let me know if you knew or have heard about Amsterdam more than Netherlands. All right, let's look at the salary figures now for Netherlands. All of these numbers are in euro because Netherlands is part of Europe. Most of the countries in Europe actually have the same currency, that is euros. So the salary, the median salary is what we are going to look at, and these are annual numbers. And median is closest to reality, so that is why we are looking at median numbers. The salary number for Netherlands is 85,000 euros annually. The total compensation, which includes some of the deductibles as well, that is 93,500 euros annually. Now let's get down and talk about what happened in the last 12 months in Netherlands. And the catastrophe is that 40% people reported that their salary remained the same. And in the next 12 months, 38% people say that their salary is going to remain the same. And this is really, really bad because Netherlands, although traditionally has had very low inflation, but that has recently changed. And these are the inflation numbers in Netherlands. So if you see, if you were in Netherlands around this time, even if your salary remained the same, it was not that big of a loss for you because the inflation was pretty low. But if you see from here on, from July 2021, if you see the inflation numbers are rising like anything. And if you are in Netherlands facing these high inflation numbers, and your salary still doesn't rise, right? If you do not get salary hikes, then obviously you are going to get hurt economically. So that is something to consider when it comes to such high numbers like 40% and 38%. 40% in the last 12 months, 38% people actually expect that their salary is going to remain the same in the next 12 months as well. In fact, only 23% think that their salary is going to rise by 1% to 2.9%, which is fairly low when it comes to the inflation numbers in Netherlands. 11% think that they are going to get a hike of 3 to 4%, while 11% also think that their salary is going to rise by 5% to 7%. So that's the reported or expected change in total compensation. This was the next 12 months. While the past 12 months we talked about, 40% said that their salary remained the same, 16% reported a hike of 1 to 3%, and 15% reported a hike of 3 to 4%. All right, let's talk about analyzed salary by position description. And this is precisely the project management ladder. So you see project management consultant, specialist, then project manager 1 to 3, then program manager, portfolio manager, director of PMO. As you rise through the ranks, your salary is also going to rise. So it's pretty normal, nothing out of ordinary. Again, the next table is also pretty normal, that is annualized salary by years of work experience. As your work experience increases, your salary also increases. That is also the same in terms of number of years worked in project management. As that number of years increase, your salary increases. Annualized salary by highest formal education level obtained. And this again is important because in certain countries we have seen, if you have master's degree or if you have doctoral degree, it either has no impact whatsoever or has very less impact when it comes to the kind of salary you are drawing. But that is not the case with Netherlands. So a 4-year college degree is going to fetch you 80k euros, master's degree is going to fetch you 85, and doctoral degree you can expect to make the most. So it's best to have as high education as possible if you are in Netherlands or trying to move there. Annualized salary by degree in project management. This is also important because in certain countries we have seen if you have a degree, it doesn't really matter because it actually ends up making you less than someone who does not have a degree in project management. But that is not the case here. If you have a degree specifically in project management, you will make more than someone who does not have a degree in project management. The other thing which I found a bit surprising was annualized salary by PMP status. So if you actually have PMP, it is not that big of a difference as compared to someone who does not have a PMP certification. Although if you have been PMP for 10 to 20 years, then your salary is significantly higher than someone who does not have PMP. But initially, there is not that big of a difference. And this is interesting because in many countries, actually in most of the countries that we have covered so far, this gap between someone with a PMP and someone without a PMP in terms of salary is pretty high, which is very low in Netherlands. Annualized salary by gender. So there is definitely a pay gap here between males and females working in project management. I just wanted to voice that out like I always do. Annualized salary by department. So what departments should you target to be able to make the most? As you can see, research and development pays the most in Netherlands, followed by IT, information systems, followed by project management department or PMO. So these are the kind of departments that you target. And in which industry should you target these departments? Then you've got resources, manufacturing, consulting, even information technology is not that far behind. So these are the kind of industries you should target. And then these are the kind of departments you should target within the industries to be able to make the most. So a few things that we have learned so far: have a master's degree or a doctoral degree, get yourselves the PMP certification, work in industries like consulting, resources, information technology, and therein departments like PMO, IT, or research and development. So these are the kind of industries and departments that you work for to be able to make the most. Annualized salary by number of employees in entire organization. This is something that I covered initially. And as you can see, if the number of employees in an organization is less than 100, they are the ones who are paying pretty less as compared to organizations that have higher number of employees. So in Netherlands, startups are not going to pay you as much as large organizations. So look for large organizations if you are in Netherlands, that is. All right, finally, let's talk about the mean hours worked by position description. What is expected out of you is around 40 hours a week, so 5 days per week is the work culture of Netherlands. But actual hours, people report 47.9 if you are a portfolio manager, 46.9 if you are a director of PMO. But this is also still less as compared to some of the other countries that report about 50 hours per week. Their employees report working 50 hours per week. So that was all that I had to cover about Netherlands. I hope you got value out of it. Let us know in the comments if you want us to cover any specific other country as well. Like, share, subscribe. We are all about PMP. We are all about project management. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.